right now at 5.
Ralston fireworks are a no-go. Rains ruin the pyrotechnics.
The plan now to get rid of all the washed out fireworks.
It was a deadly night. Omaha police investigate 2 killings just blocks apart.
The list of cases against this guy is getting longer. Prosecutors filed more sexual assault charges against Robert Frazier.
It's tremendously disturbing.
Temperatures are down. It is still a bit muggy, though. I've got news of cooler, drier weather ahead of my forecast.
Live from Omaha's news leader, KETV NewsWatch 7 at 5 starts with breaking news.
Nebraska Supreme Court just issued a death warrant for Carrie Dean Moore, the state's longest-serving death row inmate. If Corrections carries out the lethal injection on August 14th, it would be Nebraska's first execution in 21 years.
Moore killed 2 Omaha cab drivers in 1979. He's told judges and lawyers he wants to die, and the state wants to execute him before its supply of lethal injection drugs expires in August. Some groups have sued because Nebraska won't say where it got the drugs from. The ACLU of Nebraska says it's disappointed with the state Supreme Court's decision, adding it is troubled that the state would carry out an execution when it has not honored open records laws. Watch for updates on this story in the KETV mobile app. Thunderstorms end 4th of July festivities early. Gusty winds and heavy downpours swamp the metro and wash out fireworks.
Yeah, we got questions from you about this, and the answer is no. Don't light off your leftover fireworks tonight. It's illegal.
And in Ralston, the city canceled its show tonight. $25,000 worth of fireworks gone. KETV News Watch 7 Sean Everson begins our coverage at 5 with new details in Ralston.
Now, last night's fireworks show was bumped up 15 minutes to try and beat the weather, but a few minutes in, the storms arrived.
Basically about 3.5, 4 minutes into it, the wind came in and lightning, and we had some of the shells that were breaking and almost getting to 72nd Street.
The build-up to the 4th of July finale in Ralston washed out.
Last night we thought maybe we'd be able to take care of it tonight, but I guess the storms were too bad and we're not able to go.
J&M Displays has put on the show in Ralston for 25 years. They say Wednesday night storms destroyed 98% of the fireworks.
Once they're damp, it may take 5 minutes for that thing to blow up, or it may take a half a second. It's something about gunpowder and water just do not mix.
We keep our distance as crews carefully take down the display Thursday due to safety reasons.
They all have anti-static belts on. They're putting them into anti-static bags inside of special boxes.
Following protocol, the fireworks will have to be destroyed.
We keep them wet to a certain point, and then they're burned through an incinerator, a special incinerator.
The Ralston Area Chamber says the weather put a damper on the end of a great 4th of July, but they will try to reschedule again later in the summer.
Everything went great all day. All sorts of families had a great time, but unfortunately at the end of the night, Mother Nature had a different decision.
Now, J&M Displays tells me it will take about 30 to 60 days to put a new display together. Now, even though it rained around the metro last night, the window to set off fireworks will not be extended. So again, you legally can't set any off tonight. Reporting live from Ralston, Sean Everson, KETV News Watch 7.
All right, Sean, thanks. And a 6-year-old girl in Lincoln loses parts of 3 fingers in a 4th of July fireworks accident. Police say the girl and her grandfather were both holding a Roman candle when it backfired and hit the girl's hand. The girl's mother is charged with felony child neglect due to the severity of the injuries. The mother and the girl are both from Minnesota. And in Omaha, doctors treat at least 27 people with fireworks injuries, 19 at CHI hospitals, 8 more at Nebraska Medicine. And fireworks may be to blame for multiple fires Wednesday night, including this one at a home near 146th and Cumming, and another last night at a house just south of Ames, Nebraska in Dodge County. It appears no one was hurt in those fires.
Updating breaking news. 2 men are dead in 2 separate homicides just blocks apart. One stabbed, the other shot. We start at 31st in Jackson, where police say 2 men were arguing last night. One pulled a knife and stabbed the other several times. Police have 20-year-old Aldo Guizar in custody. He faces a second-degree murder charge. Early this morning, a shooting at the Jackson Tower Apartments near 27th and St. Mary's. Officers found a 19-year-old's body behind the building around 4:30 a.m. Police haven't released his name, but his uncle tells us he was supposed to be gone on a trip for the 4th.
People are saying this happened, that happened, nobody knows. But all I know is he's gone. For no reason. There's not a reason. There's not a reason at all.
Crime Stoppers offers $25,000 rewards for tips leading to homicide arrests. If you know anything in either case, call 402-444-STOP.
Right now, more charges are filed against a man suspected in a string of rapes dating back 2 decades. Detectives say DNA evidence links 54-year-old Robert Frazier to the crimes. KETV News Watch 7's Michelle Bandura joins us live.
Alexandra, the Douglas County attorney filed 3 more first-degree sexual assault charges against Robert Frazier on top of the 2 he already has pending in court. So that makes a total of 5 counts for now. The investigation started when police responded to a rape in the area of 16th and Nicholas in April of this year. Detectives had a first name for the suspect and a description that it included a unique facial description. They arrested 54-year-old Robert Frazier, saying he assaulted the same victim this year and in 2011. Prosecutors say DNA evidence linked him to 3 other assaults, 2 more in 2011, and then another in 1996.
We have to get the known sample to compare that to the forensic sample and then see what we have. And that's what was done in this case. Once we were able to get him on these other 2 cases, get that sample, compare it to forensic samples from the past, and we believe we have the evidence to charge him now.
Well, Frazier's defense lawyers have asked for a mental health evaluation to determine if he is competent to stand trial. He will have to go before a judge again to face these new 3 charges. Now, Klein tells me they are looking into other unsolved rape cases, including at least 3 others where the victims have passed away. Back to you.
All right, Michelle, thank you. And a Lewis Central student accused in a sexual assault investigation fights to get his case moved. DeAnthony Bridgeford appeared in court today arguing to have his case transferred to juvenile court. The Iowa teen faces 2 felony counts of 3rd-degree assault and 2 other misdemeanors. A mother of an alleged victim tells Lauren Robinson Bridgeford should be tried as an adult.
I just feel for these girls it's going to take more than 8 months to recover from this. So how could it take less time for him to rehabilitate?
The victim's mother we spoke with says if Bridgeford's case is moved, it will do more harm to the alleged victims and put others at risk.
Live look outside. Wish we could have had this weather yesterday, right? That's Bayless Park in downtown Council Bluffs. Way cooler and drier this afternoon. Chief Meteorologist Bill Ranby's live at the Upfront Forecast so you can plan your evening. Hi, Bill.
Hi, David. Yeah, some clouds over the area holding temperatures down a little bit. Here's this view of downtown Omaha from the Embassy Suites on 10th Street. Temperatures mostly in the 80s and just 80 in Plattsmouth, 83 in Omaha, 84 in Fremont and Lincoln. Dew points are still up around 70, so it's still a bit muggy. The feels like 88 in Omaha, 90 Nebraska City and also Fort Takema, but the radar's quiet. Looks like it's going to stay that way here for this evening. A little muggy yet this evening. More comfortable tomorrow. Dry weather sticks around into the weekend. Here are the next 6 hours. Again, this evening, pretty pleasant temperatures sliding back into the 70s. David.
All right, Bill, thanks. And it's a perfect summer night to listen to some cool jazz on the green. It's almost like he planned it. Tonight, Bill will kick off the event at Midtown Crossing. Gooch and the Las Vegas Big Band play at 7:30. Turner Park is open right now, so you can grab a seat. Some people are doing that right now. Well, the interchange at 192nd and Dodge and the South Beltway in Lincoln.
They're all some of the statewide projects that will be part of a record amount of road spending set for next year. Governor Pete Ricketts announced the state will invest $600 million in road construction in 2019. He says Nebraska needs the roads to keep people moving.
Our 3 largest industries are agriculture, manufacturing, and tourism, all of which depend upon a strong transportation infrastructure to be able to grow. So if we're going to grow our state and create more opportunities for our young people, we have to have that 21st century infrastructure.
40% of the money comes from the federal government, the rest from state gas tax money and highway construction funds.
There's more breaking news at 5. The head of the EPA is out. Ethics questions and investigations have plagued Scott Pruitt for months. Today on Twitter, the president said he accepted Pruitt's resignation. He thanked him for the job he did. Pruitt denies any wrongdoing in the face of several accusations of ethics violations, including how much he spends on security and travel and his dealings with lobbyists. Critics have also accused Pruitt of slashing regulations at the EPA that harm the environment. Well, back in Omaha, police are looking for two guys who robbed the Sac Federal Credit Union near 156th and Q Streets this morning. They pulled a gun just after 10 o'clock, got money, then drove off in an Oldsmobile Cutlass. Police found the car, but not the suspects. Road rage between two Omaha drivers gets them both tickets overnight. Police say 42-year-old David Beckman pulled over in front of another car on I-480 and then tried to confront the other driver. That's when 44-year-old Jason Seaman apparently sped off, hitting Beckman. He's in serious condition.
The man hit by a car Tuesday night at Park Avenue in Pacific has died from his injuries. 49-year-old Michael Hod was not in a marked crosswalk. We learned today he passed away at the hospital on Wednesday. The car's driver was not injured. And another crash, this one this morning on I-29 near the Honey Creek exit. Authorities say the 25-year-old driver dozed off and crashed. We're told he woke up in the shoulder and overcorrected, rolling into the ditch. Medics took the driver and his passenger to the hospital. Omaha Mayor Jean Stothert says it's time for the city to get out of the hotel business.
Today, she announced plans to sell the downtown Hilton. That 600-room full-service hotel on 10th Street connects to the Arena and Convention Center. A Seattle-based company will give the city $37 million to pay off debt on the building and then take over the remaining bond payments for the city.
The debt that we pay every year comes from the revenues from the Hilton, so it really doesn't open up any more bonding capacity with the city.
Mayor Stothert adds the Hilton has performed well, but getting it off the city's books might help with bond ratings. City Council still has to approve the deal.
Well, the driver in this car is okay tonight after slamming into a house at 80 miles per hour. Next at 5, why police arrested him. Plus, SCOTUS shortlist will tell you who the president's considering as a Supreme Court replacement.
And the 2-decade-old note found in a hole in the wall. The message one couple had for their home's new owners. You're watching KETV News Watch 7 at 5.